start with Garland.
Hey, Myles.
How we doing?
Since you started 2017, you've gone through coaching changes, possible transfer questions. You finally get your shot, then you have to deal with COVID-19. Can you just kind of go back with us a little on how this whole experience has been the last 3 years, 6 months for you?
Yeah, it's been crazy. Starting with 2017 and with the coaching change, that's bound to happen in this business. I committed under Les and Coach Cameron, and then they end up getting fired, coming in with Coach Canada, and then a year later he's gone, and then Coach Insmere comes in and brings his offense, and then Coach Brady brings his offense, and then here we are, and then COVID gets in the way, but all that's just going to prepare me to be a better person in the end and to be stronger. And without adversity, I don't think I'd be as strong as I am today. So it's just another speed bump in the road, but I'm more than capable and confident that we can all get through it.
Hey Myles, I have kind of a question centered around the chemistry with you and Jamar and guys like that. You guys have been throwing now for a couple weeks. I guess kind of where are you in that chemistry development process with those guys, and just kind of what do you think the next month is going to mean as far as you guys locking in as the cohesive unit?
Yeah, I think the next month is going to be huge, just because this is the first time that we've been able to go against a defense since spring ball, and so just. We've been working and we've been throwing for a long time now since quarantine, and now that we're able to go against the defense and actually be with live bullets, we're at a next level now, and so I think that this next month and these next few weeks are going to be really important for us, just to continue to get our timing down and to continue to gel with each other.
Hey Myles, you mentioned spring ball being the last time you guys really got to throw against the defense. With spring ball being canceled, did you kind of put more on yourself to kind of go out there and lift the weights and try to find ways to be productive and get yourself ready for the season?
100%. Yeah, a lot of guys, I'm sure, went home and probably just took the 11 weeks that we were off. They probably just took those weeks off. But I know personally and as a team, I know that we took advantage of those 11 weeks. Even though we weren't able to be with each other every day, I know that our strength staff made us send in videos and things like that to make sure that we were staying on top of our strength and conditioning. And I know personally, I was doing everything in my power each and every day to make sure I was getting better.
Hey Myles, I was wondering, with how long you've spent with Steve Insminger from the time you got here to now, how much does that help y'all's relationship as you transition to the starter?
It helps a lot. He's been here since day one with me, and like I've said before, it's really nice because he's played the position and he's played it here. So when he gives advice and when he's coaching us, it's coming from a first-hand guy who's been through it. He's been through it here. And so just to be able to take that from him and run with it has been really helpful. And being here, this is now year 4 with him and I together, pretty much in the same room, has also been really nice.
Yeah, Myles, this is Ron Higgins with Tiger Rag. Talk about working with Lynn Shanahan, your new center. What's that been like?
It's been awesome. He is one heck of a player, very smart, very intelligent. He's picked up the offense and he's run with it, and I know we are all excited to have him on board.
Hey Myles, Wisconsin from The Advocate. Usually by the end of preseason camp, what would be a couple of weeks, y'all are talking about how eager you are to play somebody else. That obviously going to have to wait a lot longer. What challenges are there, if any, with an extended preseason camp this year, having to wait so much more time before you actually play that?
Yeah, I don't really see there being, many challenges ahead of us, just because with it being extended, that gives us more time to get better each and every day. It gives us more practice time, and especially with all the lost time that we had in the spring and leading up to this point, I feel like we need as much time as we can just to make up for what we've lost. So I don't see any challenges being ahead of us.
Hey Myles, Ed Ogeron said yesterday y'all been through installation 5 times. Throughout the off season, take me through how you go through that installation, or on your own time. I mean, are you looking through an iPad? Like how do you go through this, and how much do you feel you know this offense at this point? If you can kind of provide some details on that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I know the offense really well at this point. And I mean, it all really started, I guess, going back to quarantine. I know we would Zoom every morning at 8 o'clock, and we would just keep reinstalling the offense, and then when we got back in June, we clicked the restart button, and we just literally flipped the page back to day one. And then when we started camp, we clicked the restart button again. So I mean, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I guess you said 5 times. I forgot. I lost track of how many times we've installed the offense now. But if anything, that's a good thing, for our guys to keep hearing the terminology and to keep seeing everything. I feel like it definitely is going to benefit us.
Hey Myles, I know the question you've been getting for 4 years is about putting on weight, right? Since you got to LSU, and it looks like you've really built yourself up there. What was your weight when you came in? What do you weigh now? And I know there were some humorous stories along the way about, eat as much as you can, go to Raising Cane's at midnight, all those kind of different things that kind of led you to this point. Yeah,
I mean, when I first got here freshman year, I was probably 175. And now I'm about like from 218 to 220. I've been ranging from 218 to 220, and it's been, up until this point, it's been difficult. Now I feel like I've kind of flattened my curve out a little bit, and I've been pretty consistent. I think I hit like 221 during quarantine, and then when I got back to LSU in June, and I was still around 220, that's when I kind of took a deep breath and was like, all right, I'm getting somewhere with this, but I still continue to eat healthy and stay strong in the weight room.
Hey Myles, Garland again. Thought we had a moratorium on weight questions, but Jacques broke that. Anyway, hey Myles, I know that other schools are having problems right now with the student body. Talk about this, how you're probably going to another extreme. You live by yourself, you're taking online classes. Are you just pretty much going from your apartment to the facility and back to make sure there's little interaction with anybody outside your football bubble?
100%. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I do live by myself, which is nice in terms of going through all this stuff right now. But yeah, when I get done with football, I'm going back to my apartment. I'm eating dinner. I'm watching film. I'm studying. And then other than that, I mean, I'm waking up and I'm going right back to football. And fortunately, I do have online classes, so I won't have to be on campus as much, which is nice. But yeah, it has been nice not having to worry as much about being exposed to the outside community.
Myles, it's Brett Martell with Associated Press. Could you estimate how many times in the last 3 years did somebody in football or someone who has your ear or someone close to you just bring up the conversation about whether it would be wise or not to consider a transfer? And what would you say were the overriding factors in keeping you here?
It's been talked about probably a good bit, and I mean I've thought about it. I wouldn't say a lot, but I mean it's definitely crossed my mind in previous years. And like I've said before, there was a reason I came here, and I feel very confident in my decision for staying here. When I came in, I knew that I was going to have to fight for a starting position, and I'm still fighting. And I have to earn that position. But I wasn't going to let adversity or any challenges get in the way and make me crumble. I was going to stay strong and bite the bullet and fight each day until I wanted and earned what I deserve. And so here I am today. I'm still fighting each and every day to earn that position. But every morning I wake up and I tell myself just win the day and be the best I can.
Let me unmute myself. Hey,
Scott Rappeley from The Advocate. I remember when we talked with Joe in the offense, is like, okay, there's some autonomy there to say, hey, these are plays I'm comfortable with and these are not so comfortable with. Everyone says it's pretty much the same offense, but just talk about you and the playbook and trying to tailor it to what you feel you do best.
Yeah, I mean, I feel really, really, really comfortable with the whole playbook, and I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, this playbook reminds me so much of what I did in high school in terms of, RPOs and having that run pass option and throwing the ball downfield and being able to just really put the ball in our playmakers' hands and let them go make plays is the biggest thing. So I've felt very comfortable up until this point with the playbook and where we stand and where we're headed.
Hey, this is Mark Clemens with 225 Magazine. We heard Joe a lot last year, and even now in Cincinnati, he's had quotes come out about how close he wants to be with his offensive line and have a good rapport with those guys. How have you tried to continue that, and especially with all the challenges of this offseason, being remote and all that kind of stuff, and kind of the fluidity with that group? But how have you tried to continue that relationship you built?
Yeah, those guys better be my best friends. But no, I feel really close with our offensive line. A lot of those guys are in the same class as I am, and we all came in together. Ed, Austin, I know Sadiq, we lost him last year, but those guys, those have to be my best friends, and they are. I have to depend on them like they have to depend on me, and so just to carry on with taking care of them and making sure that whatever they need, is taken care of. But like I've said, I mean, I have a really good relationship with them, and they have a really good relationship with me.
Hey, Myles, I was wondering if you have any Eric Gilbert stories and what it's like to have a 6'5", 255-pound receiver type be your tight end.
Yeah, I mean, just having him out there it's crazy. I mean, he runs like a receiver, but we have obviously he has the body type of a tight end, and I don't think he's missed a single pass since we started camp. He's an outstanding athlete, and we are very, very, very grateful to have him on the roster.
Yeah, Myles, this is Ron Higgins again. We've seen videos of you already practice being very vocal as a vocal leader. How difficult is it to kind of get that back after the first few years here, you have to kind of defer, how difficult is it to kind of become that vocal leader again that you were in high school?
I didn't think it was that difficult just because, since I've been here, I've been the leader that I am. And, I know Joe came in and, he took over that responsibility, but that doesn't mean I stopped being a leader. I led in everything that I did, whether it was scout team or just making sure that our team was ready to play on Saturday. I was leading, and no matter what I did, on and off the field. So it really just carried over, and I just stepped into the shoes that I've been waiting for this whole time.
We'll go with Brooks for the final question.
Myles, you were talking a little bit about your off season, and I mean, we were seeing videos of you lifting tree trunks and chainsaw stories. I mean, you seem like a guy that, when given a lot of time, you just don't seem like you can sit still very much. Yeah,
I mean, even my parents can say that. Anybody in my family could tell you that I hate sitting still. I mean, I want to be doing something, whether it's outside, inside. I feel like I'm just a hands-on guy who ultimately at the end of the day just wants to get better and be the best version of myself.
Awesome. Appreciate the time, Myles.
The recording
Thank
has
y'all.
stopped.